Yep, it's rolling. Live from Daughtridge Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina, it's time for the 2018 Conference USA Softball Championships to continue here on the campus of UNC Charlotte. Hello, everyone. Sean Fox here alongside Haley Wiseman as we get set for the fourth and final game of Day 1, single elimination Day 1, here at the Conference USA Tournament. Six-seeded Middle Tennessee won their right to advance into the nightcap to face third-seeded FIU. Middle Tennessee with a 1-0 victory over North Texas. They're going to have their work cut out for them, facing Shannon Sale in the circle for FIU as the first pitch of the night is outside for ball number 1. It'll be Summer Burgess, Precious Birdsong, and Kristen Usselton to the plate. Morgan Harris, Lexi Cushing, and Claire Smith, 4, 5, and 6. As the 1-0 pitch is outside, 2-0. Danny Munoz, Kirsten Cucci, and Keely McGee will round things out. Middle Tennessee needed a run in the bottom of the 6th inning to defeat North Texas 1-0 earlier this afternoon. 2-0 pitch is in for a strike, 2-1. Shannon Sale making her 25th start of the year, 31st appearance inside the circle as the 2-1 pitch to Burgess is out of play off to the left. She's 17-10 with a 1.84 ERA, 259 strikeouts, and 174 innings of work. Opponents hitting just 163 against them. As Burgess here pops the 2-1 pitch out of play off to the left, 2-2. Burgess 2 for 3 about 6 hours ago against North Texas. She had 2 of the 4 hits for Middle Tennessee. 2-2 is again popped up out of play left side. And this is a perfect chance to welcome in Haley. Haley,
hello.
What does Shannon do so well inside the circle for FIU?
Yeah, Shannon Sale has a lot of movement on her ball. She throws that curveball and she strikes people out on that rise ball.
Here's a chopper to second. Gallegos not in time. Summer Burgess beat it out. We saw the Blue Raiders use some speed back in game 2 of the day, and there's a chopper up the middle. Vanessa Gallegos got it, got rid of it quickly.
Yeah, that's a great start for Middle Tennessee to get on base the first batter of the game. It's a way to set the momentum.
Gallegos had to take 3 or 4 steps back, and that was enough for Burgess to beat it out. Here comes Precious Birdsong, and the bunt down the third base line in foul territory, picked up by Tori Jones.
Yeah, that's got to put some pressure on FIU's defense, with Birdsong being so fast out of the box.
And earlier, Birdsong had the other 2 hits. Burgess had 2, Birdsong had 2, and both of those were bunt singles. Just as you mentioned, using the speed, trying to do the same to open up the nightcap. Shows it and pulls back as the count evens to a ball and a strike. PJ Gallardo is our home plate umpire. Mike Hensley down the first base line. Rodney Smith rounding out our 3-man umpiring crew here in Charlotte. Birdsong 358 average. Tried to check her swing. Did she in time?
There's that rise ball from Shannon Sale. If she's working that effectively today, I think she'll be pretty hard to hit from Middle Tennessee.
Ball 2 on the appeal. Couple of homers, 18 RBI for Birdsong in from the left side. Takes a strike. Looks like she wanted to bunt, but pulled back there at the last second and took the strike, 2-2. We'll see if Middle Tennessee can carry over the momentum from that 1-0 victory over North Texas into this final game. Outside full count 3-2. We just saw Western Kentucky earlier be unable to carry that momentum over after beating Marshall 5-2.
Yeah, Middle Tennessee's been here since probably 12 o'clock, so it's got to be a long day for them.
Payoff pitch, outside, ball 4. So it's not a bunt, but Birdsong reaches regardless on the walk, and this is how Middle Tennessee eventually got to North Texas. They had a couple of these opportunities kind of squander themselves, but here, first 2 are aboard against Sale. Now, these 2 teams met back in mid-April, with FIU taking 2 of the 3. Showing bunt here is Usselton, and she pulls back for ball 1. Catcher Julia Gilbert going out to have a chat here quickly with Sale.
Yeah, I think that Middle Tennessee is going to have to be patient right now. Shannon Sale walked a batter and then gave up a hit up the middle, so I think that them having a good eye here would be in their favor.
These two teams familiar with each other, just playing a couple of weeks ago. We have some teams in the tournament who haven't faced each other at all during the 24-game Conference USA schedule.
Right, the last game versus La Tech.
1-0 is downstairs. Again, Usselton showed bunt, but now has the count in her favor here, 2-0. And we've seen this from teams playing for the first time today. FIU, an example. Tournament time, some nerves out there perhaps. 2-0 is in for a strike, 2-1. That's an advantage Middle Tennessee has with playing that earlier game at 2:30 this afternoon. They've shaken off some of the nervousness that comes into conference tournament territory.
Yeah, this is a big stage to play on, and everyone wants to play their best here.
2-1, a bunt, short hopping the pitcher, Shannon Sale. Now the throw to first gets away.
Looks like
they're... now we've got obstruction there at third base. Now we've got Usselton caught up between first and second. There's a tag out for out number 1. Now the throw coming to the plate. Now we've got Burgess in a rundown between second and third. There's a tag applied. That's the second out. Third base umpire Rodney Smith had his arm out to call obstruction. Now the umpires have to sort this out. Will that be a double play that stands, or will there be some sort of obstruction which would allow Burgess to score?
Yeah, if FIU could come out of that play with 2 outs, that would be huge for them.
We'll see the umpiring crew getting together. Tony Foti, the first base coach for Middle Tennessee, was screaming for Burgess to keep going from third base, knowing the obstruction had happened. He saw it happen. Crazy sequence here in the first inning.
Yeah, if you can see, Shannon Sale overthrows the ball.
She hesitated, thinking about going to third. There you saw at the end of the replay the obstruction. So we'll wait and see what happens. Now third base umpire Rodney Smith going over to have a chat with head coach Jeff Breeden. A lot of confusion. It started with Sale thinking about third, spinning to first, and the bad throw. And right now there's 2 outs on the board if it all stands.
Yeah, the Middle Tennessee coach looks like he's trying to make a point to the umpire right here.
How about this for the start of your first game, huh?
Seriously.
We've seen some crazy things happen.
I wonder what the obstruction call was on.
And now it looks like Rodney Smith is going to go to Gator Rebin, head coach of FIU, to explain the situation. Whatever it is, I think you're right. Coach Breeden for Middle Tennessee does not look happy whatsoever. First base coach Tony Foti is pleading his case with plate umpire P.J. Gallardo as well. Middle Tennessee had a couple of discrepancies. They didn't agree with the umpiring crew back in their game. It's the same 3-man crew that worked their 2:30 game. But a lengthy start here. Birdsong is over at third base for now.
With the speed on third base, now they just need a single, and then Birdsong can score.
And part of this, I wonder, is first base coach Tony Foti, with how exuberant he was in saying go, go, go. If that confused perhaps Usselton, who dropped down the bunt, got her in the rundown between first and second, which forced Birdsong to go towards third, which then forced Burgess to head towards the plate.
Yeah, I really think Shannon Sale wanted to get that lead out at third and realized she didn't have a play there, so she turned to go to first.
Jeff Breeden still very adamant over there talking with the umpiring crew. Certainly doesn't look like he's going to get his way or get anything to benefit him in this situation.
Yeah, well, we have Morgan Harris up to bat, and she has 39 RBIs on the year, so Middle Tennessee has to feel good about that.
Again, a lot of confusion there on the bunt from Usselton. as the play ended itself. 2 outs on the board for FIU. And it looks as if that's the way it's going to stay, with the arguing continuing with the Middle Tennessee coaching staff here in Charlotte. So, well, now here comes Jeff Breeden. He's going to walk towards plate umpire P.J. Gallardo.
A lot of the fans in the stands don't seem to like that call either.
Yeah, Middle Tennessee fans, they had to grind out a 1-0 victory earlier, and now we're talking bases loaded potentially with nobody else, worst case scenario.
And against the first team all-conference pitcher. You got to love that.
But now I wonder if Middle Tennessee is possibly going to protest. That thought just crossed my mind with the way that obstruction was called. And plate umpire P.J. Gallardo is heading over to talk with some Conference USA officials here, and I believe that's what may have just happened.
It looks a lot like that to me, too.
But this kills absolutely any momentum Middle Tennessee had going in this top of the first inning. Of course, 2 outs to dampen your spirits anyway. But now the umpiring crew huddling up next to the third baseline. Gator Rebhan over there. Jeff Breeden still trying to figure things out as well. Let's see if we can get another look at what happened. Well, there's Burgess sliding in. You see her pop up, and when she tries to take off to the plate, third baseman Tori Jones for FIU is right there in her path. Now, she didn't keep going. You see right there, Coach Breeden stuck his left arm out and said, stay there. But then that's when everything kind of broke loose behind the play. Ball got loose momentarily. Now you got a rundown going on, which resulted in the second out. There's the tag applied right there.
Yeah, you almost think Summer Burgess should have stayed at third base. But I think on the obstruction call, she was trying to get home.
And that's where I go back to thinking first base coach here for Middle Tennessee, Tony Foti, was screaming, go, 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 go. He knew what happened. He saw the obstruction. But then with the hesitation in there, I think that's what kind of cancels out the obstruction. But the only thing I can think of is we've had a protest filed, and now the umpires, along with Conference USA officials, have to sort this thing out before we go any further. We stop it right here, and we try to figure it out and move on.
It looks like the Middle Tennessee and FIU players are even talking about it on third base. What exactly happened on that play?
Well, you're a pitcher in the circle. Let me ask you, what does this do? Because Shannon Sales now had several minutes of just literally standing around.
Yeah, I mean, this would be great for me in the circle to regroup. I mean, she probably didn't have the start that she wanted to go 1, 2, 3 in this game. So now she has time to get her thoughts together and make some better pitches and get ahead of the batters.
Supervisor of officials has made her way out onto the field to talk this over with the umpires as far as what happened. And again, everything has to be decided right here before we move on. And whatever the final ruling is, that's it. Everybody has to live with it moving on. And to my knowledge, there is no replay capabilities, but we saw right there where Jones held up and obstructed Burgess trying to make her way to home plate.
Yeah, the replay capabilities are available in the SEC, but we haven't got them yet in Conference USA.
And that's what makes me wonder with her going back to third base. Here's the throw to first that initially got away. It looks like a decision has been made one way or the other.
Yeah, she didn't.
But you see Coach Foti there in the background kind of slap his hands together when Burgess didn't take off. Now when Usselton does, things get crazy. There's a throw to the plate. Now you've got Burgess in a rundown between second and third.
When she initially got called for obstruction, if she would have kept going, I think that she would have been awarded home.
I do too, absolutely. And I think what may cause this to end up in a double play is she went back to the third base bag. She stopped. There was a little time lapse that went by, say 10 seconds, and that may have been enough to cancel out the obstruction call that initially happened.
Yeah, it most certainly did cancel out that call.
Because she didn't take off until the ball got away
Right,
on the other rundown.
Even if she would have got thrown out going to home on the obstruction call, she would have been safe.
Right. That's where that would have benefited Middle Tennessee. But it looks like the Blue Raiders will come out on the short side of this decision. A protest here in the top of the first inning.
What a way to start this game.
Absolutely. With a lot on the line. Keep in mind, it's single elimination. The loser of this ball game is done for the tournament. Middle Tennessee has already had to play their way into this game. Just when FIU's getting a couple outs on the board, perhaps shaking off some early nerves in their first game of the tournament. Now we've got a delay that's approaching a good 10 minutes here in this top of the first inning while we try and sort things out. And there are 2 outs on the board. Rodney Smith sticking his hands up in the air for 2 outs. And now there's the scoring side of it that all has to be figured out. Luckily, that's by those in the booth.
Like I said earlier, on the bright side at least, Morgan Harris is up for Middle Tennessee, who's been a big bat for them.
Harris is up, goes after the first pitch, pops it up. Gilbert behind the plate, makes the catch, and just like that, 1 pitch after the protest delay, retires the side. A crazy start, no runs, a hit, 1 runner left on. Bottom of the first coming up, no score here in Charlotte. Should be a sacrifice. Hey, do I ask them about that during their interviews? Back here at Doddridge Stadium, Sean Fox and Haley Wiseman with you. Only a half inning in the books, but it certainly seems more than that as a crazy beginning here to the 4th and final game. Only fitting, the 4th and final game. Craziness happens. FIU will come to bat here in the bottom of the first. Jackie Schoaf will lead it off. Toddy Forbes and Cassandra Castle will follow. Jessica Rivera, Julie Gilbert, Vanessa Gallegos, 4, 5, and 6. Kayla Whitehead, Natalie Orcutt, and Tori Jones will round things out. They're going to face left-hander Corey Jennings, who threw an absolute gem earlier against North Texas. 7 innings, 2 hits, a walk, and 4 strikeouts.
Yeah, I mean, Jennings threw only 86 pitches earlier, so she's got to feel good about that coming into this game. I think she's going to be ready to go with that low pitch count.
Jackie Schoaf set to lead things off. Schoaf, a first-team All-Conference USA selection, as announced by league officials yesterday. 361 average on the year. Chops a first pitch foul towards the perch of ours here, the broadcast booth, just above the first base line.
Yeah, and earlier in the game today, we saw Jennings get ahead of almost every batter, and she's got to keep that going this game.
Absolutely. Trying to carry that momentum over. 0-1 here to Schoaf. Another one chopped foul. Just below us, 0-2. And how important is it for FIU if they can scratch across a run or two and try to use that protest and double play to their advantage here in this bottom of the first?
Yeah, if FIU can get a run here, that'll be a good momentum changer for this game.
0-2 pitch. There's the changeup that was working so well for Jennings earlier. She gets her first strikeout as Schoaf is retired.
Yeah, if she can work that changeup in this game, she's going to be real hard to hit.
Here comes Toddy Forbes, the left fielder. The junior hitting .308 on the year. No homers, 9 RBI. In here from the left side.
There it is again.
That's what she featured. That was her bread and butter pitch earlier against North Texas. Called a strike here, 0-1. She got 4 strikeouts, 2 in the first, 2 in the second. Nothing the rest of the way, but was still very effective in the circle as the 0-1 pitch misses down and in, 1-1.
Yeah, she looks really in control of her pitches right now.
FIU hit .299 as a team, taking 2 of 3 from Middle Tennessee a couple of weeks back. 2-1 now here on Forbes. Forbes was 3 for 11 in the series. All singles, 3 runs scored. There's a swing and a miss, 2-2.
That was a great pitch on the inside corner.
That's something Jennings was doing very well earlier, too, hitting her spots. 2-2 pitch. Here's a chopper to first. Cushing has it, will step on the bag, 2 gone.
Yeah, Forbes tried to use this hard field to her advantage and slap the ball into the ground on that one.
And we've seen that throughout the first 3 games as well. Slap it hard enough, and it can take one big bounce over the entire infield. As you look at the FIU batting order here, as Cassandra Castle will stand in. Castle, first team all-conference selection yesterday as well.
Yeah, Castle's been one of the good bats for FIU all season, with 37 RBIs and 8 home runs.
302 average for the senior as well, as Harris goes out to have a quick chat with Jennings. First pitch Castle will see. There's the changeup. Slow roller to second. Smith scoops and throws to first for a nice 1-2-3 innings. Jennings picking up right where she left off in a 3-up, 3-down frame. After 1 in Charlotte, no score. Back here at Suhem Daughtry Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina, no scores. We head to the top of the second between Middle Tennessee and FIU. Final game on this Wednesday. Final game in single elimination play. Once we start tomorrow's action, it's double elimination Thursday and Friday until we get to the winner-take-all championship here on Saturday afternoon. Lexi Cushing, Claire Smith, Danny Munoz going to lead things off. Cushing 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts in a tough opening game against North Texas.
Yeah, she's definitely looking to bounce back this game.
Takes a strike there. Hope Troutwine for North Texas was equally impressive along with Jennings. Just the 1 run there in the 6th inning. And as you know in this game, that's enough. 0-1's outside, 1-1.
Yeah, Lexi Cushing was also a second-team pick this year for the Conference USA.
350 average on the year. Big swing there. She comes up empty. It's 1-2.
That was a great pitch by Shannon Sale.
No home, or 14 homers rather. 47 RBI. This one popped up behind the plate. It'll make its way out of play.
Yeah, that was Shannon Sale working her rise ball. She gets a lot of pop-ups because of it.
Just as Jennings is effective with that changeup so far, Sale's been throwing that rise ball here early on.
Yeah, I think most of her pitches have a lot of up movement on them in general.
Up and away. 2-2, and for the most part, every pitch in softball seems to have some sort of movement. Left, right, up, down, you name it. 2-2, there it is. Up in the zone, swung on and missed. That's her first strikeout to open up the 2nd inning.
Yeah, Shannon Sale climbed the ladder there, starting off with a helmet high pitch, and then she just went higher.
Well, as a pitcher, I assume once you see somebody chase one up in the zone, you just do exactly what you said. Try and stretch the zone.
Climb the ladder.
Absolutely. Go as high as you can, as long as they go after it. Claire Smith will stand in. First pitch here is up and away for a ball. Smith 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Earlier against North Texas. .299 average for the freshman in 54 games. No homers, 8 RBI. Upstairs 2-0. We mentioned this earlier. Got to be tough to pitch to. Her 5'2" frame there from the left side.
Yeah, that might be an advantage to her hitting off Shannon Sale because she's so short and all of her pitches go high.
That's a very good point. I didn't think about that. She's quickly ahead here, 3-0. Upstairs, ball 4, just as you mentioned, the Rice ball. And
yeah, those pitches are just barely missing high in the zone. It's probably just because she's not as tall as the other hitters.
And it's probably a strike to most other hitters. But again, the 5'2" frame there for Claire Smith working to her advantage. She's aboard. Middle Tennessee had the opportunities there in the first inning until that crazy double play ended the inning. Danny Munoz pops the first pitch up in foul territory. Jones able to squeeze it. And that's a big second out here in the second. Kirsten Cucci to the plate. 0 for 2 with a strikeout against North Texas. Average of .207, couple of homers, 14 RBI on the year. Good cut there at the first pitch, but fouls it right back to the screen. 0-1.
Yeah, Sale seems to be doing a lot better getting ahead of the hitters this inning.
And we've seen that throughout the day with the first teams playing. It seemed to take a pitcher or two, minus Corey Jennings, as she ran into a couple of iffy spots earlier, but just settle down and get the nerves out and just act like it's any other normal game.
Yeah, and Shannon Sale is no stranger to the conference tournament. She pitched in the championship game last year.
Ball and a strike here on Cucci with Smith aboard at first. 1-1, another good swing, and again fouled back. Just that close to making solid contact. You know when you foul it straight back, you're right on the ball.
Yeah, she looks to be seeing the ball really well right now.
1-2 pitch. Downstairs, 2-2. One advantage both teams now have. Middle Tennessee had to deal with it earlier. FIU thankfully does not. The sun off, setting in the distance. Lights are on here at Dottridge Stadium.
Yeah,
no shadows, no glares to deal with.
Yeah, as a softball player, you love playing at night too. You always want the night game.
2-2 popped up, back out of play again. Nice little battle here between Cucci and Sale.
Yeah, she's definitely not going down without a fight here.
Middle Tennessee had the first two aboard, then the weirdest double play you'll ever see in that first inning. 2-2, runner goes. It's fouled back again out of play.
Yeah, Shannon Sale seems to be working that backdoor curve and going back to the rise ball and alternating it during this at-bat.
Cucci struggled against FIU back in their series a couple weeks ago, just 1 for 7 at the plate. And again, fouls one back out of play. So much so, play umpire PJ Gallardo's got to get new softballs. I think that's 4 in a row, fouled back and out of play.
Yeah, she really wants to get on base right here.
As a pitcher, if you're Sale, do you keep trying to climb the ladder and just, you're getting that close?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's a 2-2 count, so you don't really want to go to a full count, but you want to throw a pitch that the hitter might chase.
There's a line drive back up the middle into center field. A fantastic at-bat for Kirsten Cucci. She's got a 2-out single, and the inning continues for Keely McGee.
Yeah, she kept her hands up with that rise ball, and she really just drove it up the middle.
That was up in the zone, too, on the replay.
Yeah.
That's one of the best at-bats we've seen here on day
That was
one
a really
of the
good piece of hitting.
Conference USA softball tournament. Keely McGee and now from the left side. First pitch misses for ball number 1. McGee 0 for 2 with a strikeout earlier against the Mean Green. Again, Middle Tennessee just 4 hits, but Jennings able to hold North Texas to 2. 1-0 is low and away, 2-0.
Yeah, Shannon Sale right here really needs to bear down and get this out for her team.
Middle Tennessee had the momentum, and just as you mentioned that, Gilbert going back out to the circle to have a chat. Middle Tennessee had the momentum in the first inning. That double play and chaos that ensued took it out of them. And now here we are in the top of the second, first and second, trying to mount a little 2-out rally.
Yeah, I think Gilbert just went out there to try to calm Shannon Sale down and tell her to make some good pitches and get out of the jam here.
Hitters count here for McGee. 2-0 from Sale. Right in at the knees for a strike, 2-1. Had to be frustrating for Sale after that battle with Takuchi to give up the base hit.
Yeah, that was a really tough battle. I mean, she made a good pitch, honestly. She just hit it, kept her hands up.
There's a swing and a miss. Runner goes, throw to third in plenty of time. Smith caught stealing to end the second. No runs, a hit. 1 runner left on base. Inning and a half complete. We're scoreless. You're watching the Conference USA Softball Championship on BN Sports.
You know we stylin'. Over here we keep it shining. We shine. Tell 'em what we talking about. Goaling, thigh highs with the low cuts. Whole team on the scene and you know us. I got my own, I don't need you to need me. Tell 'em what we talking about. Staying on my A game. Me.
Back in Charlotte, North Carolina, no scores. We head to the bottom of the second. Corey Jennings back to work in the circle for Middle Tennessee after working a 3-up, 3-down. Bottom of the first, Jessica Rivera, Julie Gilbert, and Vanessa Gallegos to the plate here for the Panthers.
Yeah, FIU's looking to get its first hit of the game right here to start off the inning.
Got to try and get something going against Jennings after that 2-hit shutout she tossed against North Texas.
Yeah, it's always key to get your leadoff runner on so you can manufacture some runs.
First pitch to Rivera is down for a ball. 280 average on the year, 4 homers, 27 runs driven in. Outside there, 2-0. Rivera, how about this for a series against Middle Tennessee? 5 for 7, a double, 4 runs scored. She hit .714 a couple of weeks ago against the Blue Raiders.
Yeah, this is one of the first times I've seen Jennings fall behind in the count.
Have to imagine that 5 for 7 series is in the scouting report as well. 3-0 there is on the corner for a strike.
Yeah, she definitely probably has that in the back of her mind as she's throwing to her.
Second team, all-conference selection for Rivera yesterday. 3-1 is fouled off of her foot, and then it looked like it popped up and got her on the upper body as well. That's a 2-for-1. She's going to walk it off here for a second.
As a hitter, you always hate to hit yourself in the ankle.
The 3-1, you know it's a hitter's count. You're expecting somewhat of a good pitch to try and hit. Now Rivera digging back in. Payoff pitch from Jennings. A little floater to short. Burgess is there. One gone.
Yeah, that was a great pitch by Jennings. She really got in there on her hands.
Julie Gilbert, the catcher, will dig in from the right side. 277 average in her final season with the Panthers. 3 homers, 23 RBI. First pitch here on the outside corner may have been a bit low, but Jennings got the call for strike one.
Yeah, I think everyone seemed to think that pitch was a little low in the stands.
Well, and an advantage Jennings may have as well. First, a grounder to short. Burgess again on to first in time, 2 gone. With the way the umpire rotation works, this 3-man crew is the one who worked the Middle Tennessee North Texas game. So they saw what Jennings did earlier with the 2-hit shutout in the quick ball game. So that may get her a pitch or 2 throughout the course, and that may have been one of them there.
Yeah, I mean, Jennings throws a lot of stuff that's low in the zone, so her team's expecting a lot of ground balls behind her. So if she can do that, she's going to be really successful this game.
Vanessa Gallegos takes first pitch in for a strike, a freshman all-conference selection yesterday for her. 272 average, 5 homers, 37 RBI. 0-1 on the outer corner. Quickly 0-2.
Yeah, as a freshman in Conference USA, you got to think she's a little nervous up there at the plate for one of her first at-bats in the tournament.
And we've talked about that, too, throughout the day, making that transition from high school to college. Here's a grounder over to second, bobbled off the backhand by Smith. Gallegos will be the first base runner aboard here for FIU, and it keeps his second inning alive for Kayla Whitehead.
Yeah, I mean, Jennings got a ground ball right there, but it just kind of looks like number 4 misplayed it a little bit.
Let's see here. You'll see Smith going to the backhand and looked like she had it, kind of dropping down to one knee, but just off the glove and into shallow center. Error charged to her as Whitehead takes the first pitch on the corner for a strike.
But you got to love to see after she made that error, Jennings turned around and said it's all right, like we'll get the next one.
Jennings, the senior in the circle, knows what she's doing. There's a changeup upstairs. That's just veteran leadership. We've seen that throughout the first 3 games here this afternoon.
Yeah, she's definitely one of the best leaders on her team.
And that's what you want. You want a senior taking care of your underclassmen. Here's a chopper, another chance just like that for Smith, who makes the play on the first, and there's that rebound you were talking about. No runs, no hits, 1 error, 1 runner left on base. 2 complete, no score here in Charlotte. Back at Dottridge Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina, no score as we head to the top half of inning number 3. One of our games tomorrow already set as 4th-seeded Louisiana Tech took care of Western Kentucky earlier, just prior to this ball game. They will face Florida Atlantic at 2 p.m. Winner of this one will move on to face UAB at 4:30 tomorrow afternoon here in Charlotte.
Yeah, what was really interesting about that Law Tech Western Kentucky matchup is the 2 teams have never played before.
Yeah, and we've had that a couple of times already. I want to say Middle's game earlier with North Texas, I don't think they played each other as well.
Yeah, with the 2 different divisions of Conference USA, not every team plays each other during the regular season.
McGee takes the first pitch strike, 0-1. Top 3 teams in each division qualify for the tournament, and then the final 2 spots, wild cards that go to the 2 best records remaining. Pitch downstairs. Counts even at a ball and a strike. McGee hitting .262. She was at the plate when Claire Smith was caught stealing over at third to end the inning.
Yeah, she got a chance to look at a couple extra pitches from Sale.
There's a strike. Thought about trying to drop a bunt down. And now falls behind. A ball and 2 strikes. Top of the lineup, Summer Burgess and Precious Birdsong to follow. Rise ball upstairs, 2-2.
Yeah, with how effective Shannon Sale's rise ball has been, if I'm McGee in the box, I'm thinking to lay off the up pitch for sure.
2-2, swung and missed. Second strikeout for Sale, 1 gone for the top of the lineup. I would have been thinking the same thing and looking for that rise ball, and then you get something around the knees.
Yeah, and that just shows how good she is. She can
Yes.
strike people out with more than one pitch. That was a great backdoor curve on her part.
Summer Burgess had an infield single back in the first. Lines one into left. That falls in front of Forbes. That's a 1-out base knock. She's 2 for 2. Birdsong to the plate.
That just goes to show how good Summer Burgess is as a hitter. She's 2 for 2 against one of the best pitchers in the conference. She really goes with that pitch.
Drove it the other way. Birdsong drew a walk back in the first. Showing bunt, and it drops it down to third base line. Jones's throw, just not in time. I take it back.
That was such a great bunt by Birdsong right there.
I thought it was in time. But Birdsong has her third bunt single of the day. She had 2 earlier.
Yeah, and in her first at-bat, she attempted to bunt too. She showed it a few times.
4th hit for Middle Tennessee.
Yeah, the top of the lineup's really showing up today for Middle Tennessee.
Well, here comes Usselton. Goes after the first pitch, 0-1. See if we get a replay. There's the bunt by Birdsong. Bang, bang play.
Yeah, that's such a textbook bunt right down the line for her right there.
There's a bunt down the first baseline, but you can see the spin on the baseball from here in foul territory.
Yeah, if you're FIU and you have Birdsong up, you have to think that she's going to lay down the bunt because she's been so successful with it all day.
She reached on the error. Sale charged with the error off her bunt in the first inning. That's when the double play happened. The protest followed. There's a swing and a miss. Another big strikeout for Sale, 2 gone.
Yeah, that was a great pitch by her once again, working the upper in the zone.
Another chance for Morgan Harris. She came up in the 2-out spot in the first inning before popping one up to Jones. That was right after about a 10-minute delay there in the first inning. Next pitch, she popped up behind the plate to end the inning.
Yeah, Harris being a senior, you know she wants to do it for her team right here.
First pitch right around the letters for a strike. Harris hitting .354, 4 homers, 39 runs driven in. Had an RBI with her sacrifice fly in the 6th, and that was the run Middle Tennessee needed to get here tonight.
Yeah, Harris needs to pick a good pitch to hit here and make sure she's not chasing out of the zone.
A ball and a strike. Middle Tennessee trying to get a little 2-out rally going here to get on the board first. There's the rise ball upstairs, 2-1.
That's a great eye by Harris. Forgot her name there.
It's all right. You get 4 games going. Everything can easily blur together. Here's a fly ball out into right. Whitehead to her right makes the catch, and that will retire the side. Sale gets out of the inning. 2 hits, 2 runners left on base. 2.5 innings complete here in Charlotte. Still no score. You're watching the 2018 Conference USA Softball Tournament on BN Sports. Back here at Daughtridge Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina, no score in our fourth and final game of the day. Corey Jennings continuing her shutout performance from earlier. No runs, no hits, a strikeout, only base runner for FIU to reach. Gallegos on an error back in the second. Natalie Orcutt, Tori Jones, top of the lineup. Jackie Shove will be digging in to try and get aboard any way possible. FIU trying to get a hit across.
Yeah, Jennings doesn't even look tired from over here. She's really in control right now of this game.
There's the changeup in for a strike. She threw only 86 pitches against North Texas and then had a couple-hour break, almost 3-hour break in between.
Yeah, in between the games, the whole Middle Tennessee team was sitting in the shade, drinking some water. So she got a good rest before this game.
Pitch there to Orcutt, fouled right off of her foot.
She's got to walk that one
walks
off.
it off. Yeah, props to her. That looked a lot worse watching it live. Get a replay of it here and see. Oh, right off the inside of the foot it looked like.
Yeah, a lot of the players wear those ankle shields, so I bet she wished she had one right then.
0-2 changeup way out in front. Second strikeout for Jennings opens up the third.
The story of the day with her, that changeup.
Tori Jones will stand in. Jones, a 188 average in 40 games at the plate.
And it's really cool for Middle Tennessee to be here because they got their first Conference USA tournament win, and now they're playing such a great game this second
And if you can survive today, then you're assured at least 2 more in this tournament.
Yeah, because once you go to tomorrow, the bracket turns into a double elimination tournament.
Right, and just 2 games tomorrow, so no team has to double up and play twice. Get through tonight, and you're at least assured of playing on Friday. 1-1, there's the changeup. In at the belt for a strike.
Yeah, during the second time through the lineup, FIU might need to make some adjustments and maybe try to hit the changeup.
Well, we were talking about it earlier. Not that it looks easy, but it somewhat does. Pitch in the dirt, 2-2. When you're looking for that changeup specifically, but then all of a sudden, if you get caught guessing with a changeup, all of a sudden, another one of her pitches is blown by you. There's a grounder over to first. Cushing will take it to the bag herself.
Yeah, and with all the slappers for FIU, that changeup, they might be out of the box, and that's the new rule that's enforced this year.
That's right. And a good point there with Jones being a right-handed hitter, perhaps expecting the changeup, but then late, right there on the last offering from Jennings, which resulted in the slow roller over towards Cushing at first base. That'll take us back to the top of the lineup. Center fielder Jackie Shove.
Yeah, with her up, you know she's got to be trying to keep her feet in the box when she throws her changeup.
Strike called there. Yeah, that's a lot. That's always seemed a lot to me with slappers starting in the back of the box, running, trying to hit it at the same time, and there just seems a lot of moving parts. There's another example of it there, fouled off.
Now if any part of your foot is out of the box as a slapper, when you hit the ball, then you're out. So that's a huge rule change this year for
And
Division I.
Even right there with Shove, that was awfully close with her momentum carrying her forward, making contact, and the ball bouncing off your foot.
Yeah, she's such an aggressive hitter that she just likes to take her hacks in there.
There's the changeup.
That's
Foul.
probably why they've thrown so many to her.
Yeah, I would imagine as a pitcher with that new rule in play, if you get the right batter up there in the right circumstance, you can use that to your advantage.
Right, you can also use it to your advantage, but also with the slappers being so fast, if they put a bunt down, it's hard to make a play on that.
Downstairs here, a ball and 2 strikes. FIU still looking for their first hit of the day. And again, 7 innings, so you get further and further along. The pressure mounts a little bit more. Here's a fly ball towards center. Birdsong is there to make the catch. And another 1-2-3 inning for Corey Jennings inside the circle for Middle Tennessee. We head to the 4th here in Charlotte. No score. Back here at Dottridge Stadium, no score as we head to the top of the fourth. We'll go down to the field and have a chat with FIU head coach Gator Rebin. Coach, what do you like from Shannon Sale in the circle so far?
Well, you know, she's battling. You know, first inning was a little rough, and we got a break there. But she came back the next 2 innings, and she's throwing good, keeping us in it right now.
On offense, what do you got to do to get her some run support here?
We got to be disciplined. You know, we stay back. You know, she's throwing her change-ups really good, and we're just we're not staying back on it. You know, we just got to be a little more disciplined and stay back and drive the ball the other way.
Coach, thanks for the time. Good luck rest of the way.
All right, thank you.
There's FIU head coach Gator Rebin. And you just heard him talk about on offense with Jennings' changeup. They've got to be more disciplined at the plate and try to get Sale some run support. And he referenced there, didn't necessarily want to ask about it. Leading off here for Middle Tennessee is Lexi Cushing. Swings and misses, nothing in one.
We haven't really seen Shannon Sale go inside yet, so that was a good pitch on her part.
He referenced that they got a break there in the first inning, so third base dugout seems like that they got lucky, giving up no runs in that inning. It was a called strike 2 to Cushing. She's 0 for 1 with a strikeout back in the second inning.
Yeah, I mean, FIU has won 5 of its last 6 Conference USA series, so they got to feel good about that coming into this tournament.
Up and away there for ball 1 and 2. And again, any of that momentum coming in helps, but you come in Wednesday, do or die, win or go home. 1-2 upstairs. There's the rise ball. Cushing disciplined at least there on that pitch to lay off.
Yeah, that was a really good eye on her part.
Smith and Munoz to follow here in the fourth. Another rise ball. Close.
Yeah, that was a good eye on her part laying off that pitch because that was the pitch she swung out the first pitch of the at-bat.
Middle Tennessee's only had the leadoff batter aboard once tonight. Here's a little floater back of second. That one's going to fall in. It's a leadoff single for Cushing in Middle Tennessee here in the fourth.
Yeah, that's a good way to start off the inning for Lexi Cushing.
And that looked like another good pitch there by Sale. We'll see here on the replay. Yeah, in on the hands.
Yeah, that was just a good pitch, and she just stuck her bat out there, and it went right over the shortstop's head. There's not much you can do about that as being FIU.
Yeah, Cushing able to fight it off and get it out there. First pitch to Smith, missing down for ball number 1.
Yeah, last time she was up, she threw a lot of high pitches, so maybe this at-bat she was trying to throw the ball a little bit lower.
Well, once you're in the circle and you give up a hit like that, you know you made your pitch. Awfully tough to turn around and try and bounce back and not get too carried away or, you know, make a mistake pitch to the next batter and try to minimize the damage.
Yeah, you have to control what you can control. You made a good pitch, and she stuck her bat out there, and she just got a hit. There's not much you can do about it.
It happens. They fall in. It's funny how you can smoke a ball right to a defender and then get a bloop single your very next at-bat. 2-0 pitch is upstairs, 3-0, and
yeah,
Sale showing some signs of frustration perhaps.
Yeah, and hits like those that she just gave up, I mean, as a pitcher, you just have to shake them off and move on to the next batter.
3-0 is in for a strike. 3-1. Smith coming in, hitting .299. Still there after that second inning walk. Goes after the rise ball. She chased ball 4. Now the count runs full, 3-2.
Yeah, and if I'm Shannon Sale in the circle right now, I'm thinking how important this out is with a runner on first base with no outs.
There's another one, resulting in a fly ball to center. Schoaf is there to make the catch. Cushing retreats back to first, 1 gone.
That's a great bounce back by Shannon Sale right there after that hit.
Especially after falling behind 3-0. Got the fly ball, got the out with no damage done.
I'd like to see Shannon Sale get ahead of the batters a little bit more so she can get more strikeouts because that's mostly her game.
Danny Munoz in, .274 average. Hitting .282 with runners aboard this year. Takes the first pitch in for a strike. Nothing in 1. And we talked about this earlier with Louisiana Tech. And Turkley, player of the year for Louisiana Tech. She's got another year. Shannon Sale's got 2 more. Only a sophomore. Here's a floater foul out of play off to the left.
Yeah, she was Conference USA Pitcher of the Year last year, and she made first team this year. So the other teams definitely know who she is when they face her in the circle.
And going into a series, it's got to be tough for an offense. You know you're going to face her at least twice, sometimes a third time if called upon.
Yeah, a lot of the time she'll come in that second game and close it out for her team.
Boy, that's tough. Deal with her in game one of a series, and then if it doesn't go your way, then you got to face her to close out game two. It makes for a long doubleheader.
Yeah, and a lot of the times during the season, Shannon Sale was starting the second game rather than the first.
Here's a floater, shallow center. Nice job by Shove. Throw to first. Not in time. Shove covered a lot of real estate in center field, charging in on that fly ball. And we'll see here on the replay. Look where Shove is at, and look where she ends up as she's charging in on a full sprint just behind the clay cutout of the infield.
Yeah, she really went after that one.
2 outs for Kirsten Cucci. That ball gets away. Down to second goes Cushing.
That was a really good read by Cushing to steal second base on the ball in the dirt.
That puts another Blue Raider at second base. 2-out RBI opportunity here for Cucci if she can find some outfield grass.
Yeah, and she got a single her last at bat.
Now she's going to get drilled right up on the arm, and it looked like it was right on that protective brace she just pulled off of her right elbow. So she's aboard with the hit by pitch. Keely McGee stands in.
Yeah, if I'm Shannon Sale right now, I'm just going to try to get out of the inning. You have 2 outs.
And Gilbert again heads up. Talked about this earlier with Gilbert going out to have a chat with Sale, realizing the situation. There's 2 outs in the inning. Don't want to get carried away and give up that 2-out hit, or worse, extra bases. All of a sudden find yourself down in a hole. You got to keep battling out here in a scoreless game.
Yeah, you really got to keep battling out there.
Right,
she holds her composure really well, though, so you can't really even tell she's bothered.
McGee 0 for 1 with a strikeout. She's hitting .259 on the year, but only .222 with 2 outs on the board as Sale gets the first offering right by her for a strike. I was thinking that .222 average can certainly benefit Sale right here if she can get this third and final out. There's a rise ball that gets past Gilbert. Everybody going to move up 60 feet yet again. So the wild pitch initially sent Cushing to second before Cucci's hit by pitch.
Yeah, now if I'm McGee in the box, I'm really just trying to get a base hit right here for my team and score the first run of the game.
Well, and we've seen throughout the first 3 games, too, even a chopper with as hard as the infield plays, if you can get it up in the air and McGee beats it out, that right there is going to get you a run.
Yeah, or even what Cushing did to lead off the inning. Any base hit here will work for them.
Just put the ball in play and see what happens. But instead, Sale blowing it by McGee again. And now's a strike away from getting out of this mess.
Yeah, she looked like she put a little bit more on that one.
Yeah, she does look a little fired up in the circle right now. 1-2, just missed. Good spot. Didn't get the call. It's 2-2.
That was a great 1-2 pitch by Shannon Sale. You could tell that McGee wanted to swing at that one.
2-2. Popped up straight back and out of play. 2 outs here in the top of the 4th.
2 outs, 2 strikes, and 2 balls.
Beautiful night here in Charlotte. Sun going down, temperature in the mid-80s earlier today. There's the rise ball. Unfortunately for McGee, she got just enough of it to stay alive.
Yeah, she got just enough to stay alive and battle in there. There's been a lot of extra pitch at bats here tonight.
Yeah, Middle Tennessee certainly making Sale work. Here's a liner into left. That falls in for a hit. 1 run scores. Cucci, she scores. It's a 2-run single to left, all with 2 outs. 2-0 Blue Raiders.
That is a great piece of hitting right there by the 9 batter. That's just what you want to see at the bottom of your lineup. Outer
half of the plate up in the zone as well. Just able to get it over the glove of a jumping up Jessica Rivera there at shortstop. Back to the top of the lineup, Summer Burgess takes a ball.
And this is just who you one up right now. She's 2 for 2 on the day.
A huge hit for Middle Tennessee. There's a strike. We'll talk with Middle Tennessee head coach Jeff Breeden after this half inning concludes. We now know he'll be in a good mood with a 2-run lead at the very least.
Yeah, I feel like he'll almost think they should have more runs after the incident
Absolutely.
in the first inning.
Says a lot about his team to be able to bounce back from that first inning to get 2 runs up here in the fourth as this offering is fouled back and out of play.
To me, it doesn't even look like it phased them. They just picked up and kept the momentum on their side of the game.
Very, very good thing to do, too, facing that adversity, we'll say, in the first inning. 1-2 outside, 2-2.
Yeah, this is a count where Shannon Sale, she wants to make a good pitch, but she doesn't want to give Burgess something too sweet to hit because she's been on her all day.
2-2, chopper to short. Rivera bobbles it. Everybody safe. FIU a little tight on defense right now. It's the second Panther error. And the inning continues. McGee's at second, Burgess at first.
Yeah, Burgess was really fired up about that one once she got to first base.
Well, check out the replay here from Sale. Rivera got her glove on it, just couldn't transfer it to the throwing hand.
Yeah, it looks like she dropped the ball on the transfer to throw to first. She looked really relaxed during the play, so it must have just slipped.
Here's Precious Birdsong. First pitch is upstairs for ball number 1. She's been aboard twice. This top of the lineup, Burgess and Birdsong each had 2 hits in the opener against North Texas. Matter of fact, the only 4 hits, each of them had 2. There's a rise ball upstairs.
I would say watch out for the bunt from Birdsong, but there's 2 outs, and I'm sure she's going to swing away here.
Pitch count now into the 80s for Shannon Sale in this 4th inning. There's a strike to make it 2-1.
Yeah, that's a pretty high pitch count, but I mean, on the other side of it, Jennings has already pitched a full game.
This will be pitch number 85 for Sale. Jennings threw 86 in the earlier game's entirety. Here's a pop-up third base side, dropping into foul territory. So Birdsong will get another crack at it here with 2 strikes.
Yeah, I think FIU just needs to settle down right here and make a play for Shannon Sale.
FIU coming in after splitting 2 games at Western Kentucky this past weekend. There's called strike 3. Birdsong out on strikes to end a very successful 4th inning. 2 runs coming across for Middle Tennessee. 2 runs, 2 hits, an error in the inning. We'll talk with Coach Breeden when we come back. His Blue Raiders lead it 2-0. Back here at Doddridge Stadium, 2-0 Middle Tennessee as we go to the bottom of the 4th. Let's chat with their head coach, Jeff Breeden. Coach, after a tough first inning, your squad has bounced back pretty nicely and finally got a couple of runs across there in the 4th.
Yeah, we got our short game going pretty good. We just need to continue to do that and then get a timely hit or 2 and keep working on, not swinging at Sales up stuff. She throws it up well.
Corey Jennings seems like she's back to herself from earlier this afternoon, picking right up where she left off.
Yeah, she's doing a good job in the circle, keeping them off balance. And, right now we're feeling good about where she is.
All right, Coach, thanks for the time. Good luck rest of the way.
Thank you.
There's Coach Jeff Breeden, his 6th season at the helm of Middle Tennessee. 2 runs helps loosen up the dugout, too. Behind him, some of his players having some fun.
Yeah, with those Powerade cups as their goggles in there.
Toddy Forbes to lead things off. Takes a strike. Forbes, Castle, and Rivera, 2, 3, 4, part of this Panther lineup coming to the plate. Chopper foul towards the dugout.
And I'm seeing so much momentum right now from Middle Tennessee, and this is such a game of momentum. If stuff's going your way, it's all going your way.
Absolutely. Jennings has been rock solid inside the circle. FIU still looking for their first hit. Changeup just missed outside. Her defense, her included, thought she had strike 3, but instead Forbes stays alive to see at least one more.
Yeah, she's still ahead in the count here, so she's going to throw a pitch that should...
Was that
Just
the pitch
like
you were
that.
thinking?
I was thinking she was going to throw a drop ball.
A ball and 2 strikes. Forbes entering the night hitting .308, no homers and 9 RBI. FIU finishing 2nd in the East Division. There's a changeup, a roller to short. Burgess, 1 gone.
That was a great play from Burgess right there. She really transferred the ball fast, and you got to have fast hands when the slappers are getting down the line that fast.
FIU coming in the 3rd seed after finishing 2nd in the East. 265 team average we talked about earlier. 9th in Conference USA. 7th among the 8 tournament teams here. But it's been the pitching and defense that's gotten them to this point of the season. First pitch is downstairs here to Castle for ball number 1. Ironically, we say the defense, but FIU has both errors in the ball game.
Yeah, if I'm FIU, this is who I want up to bat right now to get the first hit of the game.
Ground out to 2nd. Here's a chopper over to 1st. Cushing to the bag.
Yeah, Jennings is just getting a lot of ground balls, and her team's playing defense behind her, and that's all you can ask for.
This is exactly what Jennings did against North Texas. She got the 4 strikeouts over the first 2 innings, but then let the Mean Green put the ball in play, let her defense work behind her. That's what got him to this point.
Yeah, that's the name of her game, and that's what she sticks to.
There's the changeup at the knees of Rivera for a strike.
Yeah, Jennings isn't going to have the strikeouts that Shannon Sale has, but she's going to make them ground out a lot.
But she's been very effective over
Yeah.
45 pitches. Here's a grounder over to 2nd. Smith on to 1st. It's another 1-2-3 frame for Corey Jennings and the Blue Raiders. Nothing going on for FIU offensively. We're through 4, 2-0 Middle Tennessee. Back here in beautiful Charlotte, North Carolina, I will put that uptown skyline at night up against any in the country. A gorgeous shot of uptown Charlotte on this Wednesday night. 2-0 here on the campus of UNC Charlotte. Middle Tennessee rolling right now through 4 innings over the FIU Panthers, trying to tack on to this 2-0 lead. Kristen Usselton, Morgan Harris, Lexi Cushing, a 3-4-5 part of the lineup coming up here against Shannon Sale. There's the first pitch in for a strike. Boy, Sale desperately needs a quick 1-2-3 inning.
Yeah, she does. Her pitch count's getting up there really fast, and if she works ahead this inning, I think she'll be successful with that.
Just doesn't look like she's been 100% comfortable out there in the circle here tonight through 4 innings. Here's a foul ball back to the screen.
Yeah, I think part of that has to do with her falling behind in the count, because when you're behind, you can't throw your rise ball to get the batter's
You can't
strikeout.
necessarily go to the pitch you want to
Right.
throw. You have to pitch to the count more so than what you want to. 0-2, swung and missed. 3 quick pitches, retires Usselton, 1 away.
Just like I said, 0-2, and then they swing at the rise ball. That was a great pitch on her part.
That's a good, quick 3-pitch sequence right there. Second time Usselton has been retired on strikes. That's 5 now. For Sale inside the circle. Morgan Harris to the plate. She's 0 for 2 on the night.
Yeah, Shannon Sale has 4 games with 15 or more strikeouts this season.
Harris taking ball 1 after the appeal down here to first base. Umpire Mike Hensley. Harris hitting .350 coming into this third at-bat. Here's a fly ball out towards center. Schoaf is there to haul it in. It's a 5-pitch inning so far with a couple of quick outs on the board.
Yeah, that was a good catch by Schoaf right there and right in center field. Sometimes you think that since Sale's so dominant in the circle with strikeouts, the defense might fall asleep out there, but FIU seems to be doing a good job today for the most part.
Also helps, you got a couple of outs on 5 pitches. There's
Right.
number 6. It's
That's
a strike to
awesome.
Lexi Cushing. She had a base hit to left center back in the 4th. Ended up scoring the first of those 2 runs on McGee's 2-out single. Here's a swing and a miss. Bit of an uppercut swing from Cushing. She's quickly down here, 0-2.
Yeah, and I know in the beginning of the season, Shannon Sale was working her off speed, but we haven't really seen that from her today.
Pitch number 8 is swung and missed. An 8-pitch, 3-up, 3-down inning. 2 more strikeouts for Sale. Just what she needed here in the 5th inning. Bottom half coming up. Still 2-0 Blue Raiders.
Tell 'em what we talking about. Calling the highs with the low cuts. Whole team on the scene and you know us. I got my own, I don't need you to need me. Tell 'em what we talking about. Staying on my A game, me.
Off we go to the bottom of the 5th here at Sue M. Daughtridge Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina. 2-0 Middle Tennessee. They're trying to ride out a couple of victories here today to make it to the double elimination portion of this tournament tomorrow. That lady right there, her left arm, has given Middle Tennessee quite the day so far. First pitch to Julie Gilbert. In for a strike, 0-1. Gilbert grounding out to Burgess at short back in the 2nd.
Yeah, I'm sure she'll get a lot of ice on that left arm of hers tonight.
Pitch outside here for a ball, 1-1. If Middle Tennessee makes it and continues tomorrow, you throw her back out there tomorrow?
Absolutely.
That seems like an easy
Without a
answer.
doubt.
Absolutely.
They're going to ride her arm till they can't anymore.
Here's a little tapper right back to her inside the circle. Gilbert retired, 1 gone. Again, Jennings with a 2-hit shutout earlier against North Texas. She hasn't given up a hit through 4 1/3. We're almost getting to that time where we can't talk about it
We
now.
can't talk about it
Yeah.
at any time. Yeah, she's really throwing the ball well tonight, all day.
Absolutely fantastic. Vanessa Gallegos standing in. There's a line shot to short that Burgess hauls in. Heart
Yeah.
skipped a beat right there. I thought that was going to get through right after he just talked about it.
Yeah, she did a really good job keeping her hands back on that pitch. I mean, she just made a good play on it.
That's a sign from the softball guys to not talk about it anymore. Here's the line drive. Yeah, Burgess had to go up a bit to get it. Here's a pop-up back of seconds. It's Burgess again to make the catch. 3, 4, 5 pitches in a 3-up, 3-down 5th inning. 6th inning coming up in Charlotte. Still 2-0 Middle Tennessee. Back at Dottridge Stadium here in Charlotte, 2-0 Blue Raiders. They have been absolutely cruising here today. Got the job done with the 1-0 victory over North Texas. Now doubled their run total here in the nightcap. 2 in the 4th. And now a chance to try and tack onto it. Claire Smith, Danny Munoz, Kirsten Cucci ready to lead things off. Smith 0 for 1, walked in the 2nd and flew out to center in the 4th.
Yeah, if I'm Shannon Sale right now, I'm just trying to keep the lead to 2-0 for Middle Tennessee and keep her team in the game.
Build off of that quick, very quick. Best inning she's had here tonight so far in that 5th inning, going 3 up, 3 down. 0-1 fouled back.
She seems to be settling in a little bit more.
I was thinking about that, trying to figure out a way to say what I was thinking, but now you're starting to settle down the 5th or 6th inning. That may be a little too late with the way Jennings has been pitching on the other side for Middle Tennessee.
Yeah, Jennings has been strong from the 1st inning that she's pitched today. She hasn't given up a run all day. So you got to come out in the 1st inning just as you would in the 5th.
Yeah, that's 12 innings pitched for Jennings and nothing as far as a run goes. Smith down 0-2, called strike 3. That's 7 strikeouts now for Sale. And more importantly for her, that's 5 straight retired.
Yeah, she looks to be settling in out there and getting the strikeouts like she's doing for.
Danny Munoz 0 for 2 will dig in. Fouled out to Jones at 3rd, back in the 2nd. Flew out to Schoaf in center in the 4th. Goes after the rise ball, 0-1.
Yeah, with these Middle Tennessee hitters being so aggressive, you almost want to throw a ball for a first pitch, so they chase it and you get a swinging strike.
Perhaps throw your eye level off a bit as well. Here's a ground ball just fouled on that 3rd baseline.
Yeah, she got it on the hands on that pitch and she turned on it.
Nearly kept it inside that 3rd base bag, but Tori Jones down there diving after it. And again, Sale working quickly ahead here of Munoz, 0-2. Outside, 1-2.
Yeah, that pitch just missed off the corner of the plate. She's trying to work to get her to chase it.
Talked about get ahead 2 strikes, then you can throw the pitch you want and waste 1 or 2 to see if somebody will chase. Here's a shot blasted deep into left center field. 3-0 Middle Tennessee.
That's a great piece of hitting right there, and you gotta love to do that in this game right now to give her team a 3-0 lead.
Munoz with her 5th home run of the season, RBI number 15. An absolute no-doubter to left center field. Puts a big 3rd run up on the board. Watch this.
Yeah, and with Shannon Sale being ahead in the count, it was kind of too sweet to be ahead, that pitch, I think.
Up in the zone, out over the plate. And Munoz destroyed it
Yeah,
for
I
her
think she
fifth
went a
home
little
run.
bit too much at her in that count.
Here's a strike to Kirsten Cucci. And now you're having struggles offensively for FIU, and that uphill climb just got a little bit steeper with the third run.
Yeah, the first base coach for Middle Tennessee knew that one was over right off the bat.
Yeah, I was pretty sure that ball was hit very well by Munoz. Only scoring 1 run against North Texas earlier. Now you've come out and scored 3 here in the nightcap against FIU.
That just
Rise-
goes to show how much fight Middle Tennessee has and how much they want to be here.
Well, now FIU, as we play here in the 6th, they're down to their final 6 outs offensively at the plate and have to find a way to scratch a run across.
Yeah,
and that starts with getting on base.
they're coming up on their 3rd time through the lineup, so you hope to see them make some adjustments here off of Jennings.
Low and away here, a ball and 2 strikes. Cucci had a base hit up the middle in the 2nd. She was hit by a pitch with 2 outs, kept the 4th inning alive, and scored on McGee's 2-run single. Another rise ball fouled back and out of play. If you haven't been here to Charlotte before, there's a little kind of drainage creek that runs parallel with the first baseline. And that creek has been peppered with softballs all day long, especially here in this 4th game. Here's a pitch in the dirt. But 100% of the momentum right now in that first base dugout for Middle Tennessee.
Yeah, but you got to give it up for FIU still. I mean, they're still fighting hard out
Absolutely, and they're very capable of still coming back. As you see, another 2-2 pitch is fouled off. But again, FIU has to find a way to get a base runner or 2, let alone figure out a way to get him in and score.
Yeah, ever since Gator took over this FIU program, they've been all uphill from there.
Here's a line shot back up the middle. Cucci has her 2nd hit. The contagious swinging of the bats continuing for Middle Tennessee. That is hit number 8 for the Blue Raiders.
Yeah, we see Megan Kugelman warming up down there, and I almost think it might be time for the pitching coach. And as I say that, she's coming out to give Shannon Taylor talk.
Another one up in the zone and out over the plate. That's what resulted in the home run to Munoz. And then that one right there, Cucci not missing it, lining it right back up the middle for a base hit. If you're the pitching coach, what are you saying right now to Sale?
She's talking to Sale, and I'm sure she's telling her that she needs to make sure she makes better pitches when she's ahead in the count and to get ahead of these batters, because that's where all of her success has been today.
Oh, if you're Sale and the pitching coach comes out, is there anything you're hoping the coach tells you?
Yeah, I mean, some adjustments would be nice, or maybe tell me about the next hitters that are coming up and where they struggle hitting.
Sure, just taking a breather, too, just kind of stop everything, slow things down for a few seconds helps.
Yeah, like I said, that momentum is contagious in this game of softball.
Here comes Keely McGee. She had the big 2-run single back in the 4th. Takes a strike. She struck out back in the 3rd, but when you come up with a 2-out, 2-run single to get your team on the board, you can take an eraser to that strikeout. 0-1 low and away.
Yeah, and it kind of looks to me like FIU is not so sure that they thought this game would go this way tonight.
No, it seems as if FIU kind of caught off guard. We talked about the nerves earlier. 1-1's in for a strike. FIU had to fight the tournament nerves, no doubt, in the first couple of innings. And then Middle Tennessee didn't have to worry about that playing earlier.
Right, but FIU played in the championship game in a few last year, so I thought
Absolutely.
that might give them a little advantage here for this game.
They have that tournament, that deep tournament run experience as McGee fouls off another one to stay alive. And that's what you want. And this not really being a familiar spot for FIU kind of makes you panic or tense up just a hair more. There's a swing and a miss. Second time McGee has gone down on strikes, but again, that 2-run single helps her out. That's 8 on the strikeout counter here for Sale.
Yeah, and then Middle Tennessee's at the top of the lineup again with Burgess up.
Fourth time for Burgess coming up as we play here in this 6th inning.
Yeah, and
There's a chopper foul, third base side.
as a pitcher, the more times you face the hitters, the more pitches they see off of you, so you have to try to make some adjustments on your side.
Well, Burgess and Birdsong at the top of this lineup for Middle Tennessee have been rolling ever since the first pitch against North Texas back at 2:30 this afternoon. Burgess 2 for 3 with a couple of hits, slaps one towards short. Rivera on to first just by a half step. Gets her to retire the side, but the solo home run from Munoz extends the lead. It's now 3-0. 1 run on the 2 hits. The 1 runner left on base as we stay here during the break. You see 3 runs, 8 hits for Middle Tennessee, nothing for FIU. If you're Corey Jennings in the circle, I imagine you don't make any adjustments. You've been just fine all day. Don't mess with anything. Just keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah, I mean, she's going right at hitters. I mean, I don't think she's walked anyone today. So just keep working that off speed and that drop ball down in the zone, and I think she's going to get her ground outs and pop outs from the changeups, and she's going to be just fine. She just needs 6 more outs to give her team the win.
Of her 5 innings, she's worked 3 1-2-3 innings. The only base runner for FIU to reach was on a fielding error by Smith back in the 2nd inning.
Yeah, you got to feel good if you're her right now. I mean, I would just keep doing exactly what I'm doing and letting my team play defense behind me.
Jennings quickly going to get back to work.
And even if FIU does get someone on, then they still have a 3-0 lead. So she's pitching with the lead, which is always good for a pitcher.
Aaron Island going to come off the bench and hit right here for Natalie Orcutt, taking the first pitch downstairs for ball number 1. Island hitting .235 on the year, a home run and 4 RBI. Anything to try and get your offense going. And maybe it takes somebody like Island off the bench. Taking a strike there, 1-1.
Yeah, I mean, she's been sitting in the dugout watching Jennings pitches, so maybe she's ready to break it open here.
Showing bunt and drops it foul just up the third baseline.
Yeah, I mean, FIU hasn't been seeing Jennings very well, so a bunt might be a good idea in this situation.
Well, and I was just thinking that when she tried to drop down the bunt, that's not something FIU has tried much here tonight through the first 5 innings. But again, you got to find a way to get a base runner and do by any means necessary. There's a called strike 3. Island has no better luck against Jennings. 1 gone.
Yeah, and I mean, Jennings looks so composed out there. She's pitching just like she was in the first. She's really doing well today.
And by first, you mean first inning of the North Texas game back at 2:30. Jennings has been outstanding. Tori Jones will stand in. There's a first pitch strike.
Almost 18 innings ago.
She is making it look easy out there in the circle. And now a conference in the circle about to be had with assistant coach Tony Fody. What can you be relaying to Jennings in the infield right now? I'm not sure what you could mention. He must have seen something.
Yeah, they might be adjusting their defense, how they're going to play the hitter at the plate.
That's the only thing I could think of, some sort of defensive alignment here with Jones at the plate. Jones 0 for 1. She grounded out to Cushing at first, back in the 3rd.
Yeah, she might be laying down a bunt here.
Check swing, fouled off at the plate. Didn't mean to. We've seen that a couple of times tonight. And that's just part of the frustration that continues to build here for the Panthers tonight.
Yeah. Even with 2 outs right here, Jones can start it for her team.
Change up to second, snagged by Smith. 2 gone.
I mean, if you didn't know Middle Tennessee played a whole game before this and you came to watch this game, you would have no idea. They
Absolutely.
have so much energy
yes,
right
that
now.
is a very good point. 3-0 lead certainly helps. Defense knows what's going on with the scoreboard right now, so they've got an extra hop in their step as well. Top of the lineup here, Jackie Schoaf standing in. She's 0 for 2. Showing bunt. Fair territory. Picked up by Harris, throwing to first to retire the side. Another 3-up, 3-down frame. We go to the 7th, still 3-0 Middle Tennessee. Back here in Charlotte, 3-0 Middle Tennessee on top as we head to the top of the 7th. One more shot for the Blue Raiders to tack on some insurance, but with the way Jennings has been dealing in the circle, 3 right now seems like plenty, but it certainly couldn't hurt to get more as Precious Birdsong stands in, takes a first pitch strike, 0-1.
Yeah, both of the coaches on these teams have done a great job scouting each other and exposing all of the hitters' weaknesses.
Of course, they just faced each other a couple weeks ago in that series where FIU took 2 of 3, but none of that matters once you get to the conference tournament.
Right, single elimination today, do or die.
Birdsong down here, 0-2. Lines one out towards left center field. That's over the head of everyone. Birdsong on her way to third base. She's going to slide in safely with a leadoff triple here in the top of the 7th.
Yeah, once again, Bird just keeps her hands up on that high pitch that Shannon Sale's throwing and hits it over the center fielder's head.
You can see how shallow they are with Birdsong being a slapper, but she got all of it and got it over the head of Schoaf out to that gap 210 feet away.
Yeah, I think Shannon Sale meant to get that rise ball in on her hands, and it just kind of hung over the plate a little too long.
For Birdsong, that's her 4th 3-bagger of the year. There is another insurance run as the first pitch to Usselton misses upstairs for ball number 1.
Yeah, and the squeeze is also a possibility here, so the corners are ready for FIU.
1-0, good swing there, but Usselton comes up empty. It's 1-1.
Yeah, and for Birdsong, that's another thing. You can't teach speed. She got around those bases really fast.
She was hauling it around first base, second, and then sliding into third. Here's a foul ball straight back. She knew right out of the box if Forbes or Schoaf out there in the outfield for FIU couldn't make a play, she had 3 in her mind right out of the box, and that was very, very evident.
Yeah, and she's 26 for 31 on stolen base attempts, so that goes to show for her speed too.
Up and away, 2-2. She's your center fielder for a reason. You don't see too many slow center fielders at any level of play.
No, I would say the 2 fastest people on the field right now are both each in center field.
2-2, Chopper. This will get the run in. Jones on to first. A productive ground out. 4-0 Middle Tennessee.
That's just what she wanted to do. Hit the ball to the right side and score the run.
Put the ball in play, give yourself a chance. She looked a little frustrated as she crossed the first base bag, but you'll see here the opposite way. Or here's the look at the triple from Birdsong right out of the box. Not sure if it's possible, but she may have even kicked it into an extra gear. Here's a strike to Morgan Harris, batting with 1 out in this 7th inning.
Yeah, she's looking to bounce back from her last at-bat when she struck out.
There's the rise ball up. It's 1-1. 0 for 3 on the day here for Harris. Birdsong's hustle on the triple. Usselton cashing it in with the RBI. Here's a slow roller towards third. Jones up. Nope, dead ball called. Third base umpire Rodney Smith calling it dead. I thought off the crack of the bat it may have hit Harris, but as play continued, that's when we saw Harris We'll get a look here at the replay. It did. You could see the shoelaces
Yeah,
there
hit
on the
right
left
off her
foot.
foot.
Right off of the foot. Here's a laser out into left center field that's going to one-hop the wall. Harris around first. She's got a stand-up double here in the 7th.
Yeah. Middle Tennessee has all of the momentum right now. It's in their favor. They're seeing the ball really well off Sale. I think that FIU is about to make a pitching change.
Well, how much of this is Sale in the circle and how much of it is Middle Tennessee taking advantage at the plate as we see the replay here?
Yeah, I mean, that pitch was on the outside corner, but I think that she just turned on that one. That was a good piece of hitting.
Middle Tennessee taking advantage as FIU brings in Kendall Dunford here to relieve Shannon Sale coming into the tournament. Not many people thought this might be the outcome. Figured it'd be a good game between the two, and certainly not to take anything away from Middle Tennessee. They have come out and just jumped on Shannon Sale here tonight.
I'm a little surprised of the FIU coaches chose to go to Dunford, not Kugelman, because Kugelman has a lot more appearance than her. They must have a lot of faith in her.
Sale goes 6 1/3 here tonight. 4 runs, 10 hits, 2 walks, 8 strikeouts, 130 pitches for Sale. Pitch count at 130. She start to run out of gas there as well?
Yeah, I think she started to run out of gas, but as well as she just wasn't as on as usual today, I don't think, and I don't think her soft spots were as sharp.
So between the pitch count and missing some spots and Middle Tennessee getting on you, everything
I think
quickly
she got a little
adds
frustrated.
up. Yeah, the frustration adds up in a hurry. Dunford on for just the 16th time this season to face Lexi Cushing. Here's a strike at the knees.
So that's a good way to start. Strike one.
3-1, a 2.73 ERA here for Dunford. 48 2/3 innings of work this season. Downstairs for a ball. Ball and a strike.
Yeah, she's looking right here to stop the bleeding for FIU and get her team back in the dugout.
Here's a grounder to third. Jones to first for the out. Relay throw back to third, not in time. There's some more of the Middle Tennessee speed. 2 are out, but the 5th run of the day is just 60 feet away.
Yeah, I mean, in retrospect, Shannon Sale only gave up 4 runs. Her team she didn't have a lot of run support behind her, so this could have been a tie ball game if they were hitting behind her.
Yeah, that's part of the frustration.
Yeah, you can never win a ball game 0-0.
Absolutely. First pitch down to Claire Smith for ball number 1. A look at. Here's a chopper first over to short. Nice play by Rivera.
That was a great play.
Recovering from that bad hop to retire the side, but Middle Tennessee tacks on one more, the triple and ground out by Birdsong and Usselton. Last chance for FIU, down by 4. Back here at Dottridge Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina, Corey Jennings threw a 2-hit shutout against North Texas. She's doing better than that. We could be on the verge of history here as we go to the bottom of the 7th. The Blue Raiders have a 4-0 lead. They are 3 outs away from a date with UAB tomorrow at 4:30.
Yeah, all she has to do right here is get those last 3 outs to take her team to that game tomorrow.
Do what she's been doing literally all day for 2 games. She does have to get through the FIU heart of the lineup, Toddy Forbes, to lead things off. 2-3-4, due up. Forbes 0 for 2. Change up in for a strike, 0-1.
Like we said earlier, she threw 86 pitches in the last game, and right now she's at 60 pitches.
Wow, number 60.
In the 7th inning. That's impressive.
0-1, change up popped up behind the plate. That one will make its way into the seats. 0-2, and boy, Jennings has just been so impressive here today. Not only to do what she did, the 2-hit shutout in game 1, but to turn around and come do it a few hours later and do it better.
Yeah. She's really thrown the ball well, and she's sticking to her stuff. She's not varying from it. She's throwing that drop ball in the off speed to catch them off guard.
0-2, popped up, out of play left side.
Yeah, and these last 3 outs in the game are sometimes the hardest 3 to get.
They are absolutely the hardest 3, especially with what's transpiring here tonight. Another 0-2 on the way here from Jennings. Change up, swung on and missed.
Yeah, and she most certainly isn't in the easiest part of FIU's lineup, so that was a huge out for her.
Strikeout number 4 for Jennings. Cassandra Castle standing in. She's 0 for 2. Couple of groundouts to the right side of the infield here tonight. There's the changeup. Strike 1. FIU just can't seem to make the right adjustment.
Yeah, you can tell they definitely aren't seeing it out of her hand.
0-1, change up again, strike 2.
That's 3 changeups in a row. You can tell she really trusts that pitch.
You stick with it or you come up with something a little quicker?
I don't know if she's going to throw it 3 in a row.
Well, let's find out. She does. It's a grounder to first. Cushing steps on the bag. 2 gone.
Yeah, they're down to 1 out. FIU's got to get something going here.
They have struggled all night against Corey Jennings. The left-hander has been absolutely superb, and she is 1 out away from conference history here in Charlotte tonight.
Yeah, and if you're Jennings, you know the 4th hitter for FIU's up, so she's probably going to make some extra good pitches here.
Still have to bear down and get this final out. First pitch to Rivera is low and away for ball number 1. Gallegos was the only batter to reach on an error back in the 2nd inning. 1-0 is outside, 2-0.
Yeah, she's got to get ahead of this hitter because she's the 4th one. So right now, this is a hitter's count, so she has to make sure this pitch is right where she wants it to be.
I say she goes with the changeup here. Nope, she doesn't. It's low and away, 3-0. And again, you got to get 21 outs. She's got 20. Really, she's gotten 41 of the 42 today.
Yeah, she's pitching a heck of a game.
Low and away, ball 4. 2-out walk keeps the ball game alive for the Panthers. Julie Gilbert comes to the plate. Do you think she knows what she's got going on?
Yeah, and I think that was her first walk of the game, so that's got to be.
There it is. The scoreboard tells you everything. First pitch into Gilbert is a strike, 0-1.
The scoreboard says it, but we can't out loud.
That's right. 0-1 pitch. Here's a grounder to short. Burgess has it to first. And Corey Jennings has pitched the 3rd no-hitter in Conference USA tournament history as Middle Tennessee shuts out FIU 4-0 here on this Wednesday night.
Yeah, that was a heck of a game by her. She really owned those hitters. And, you know, I don't even think she minds that she gave away the perfect game on that last batter. She threw a no-hitter in a conference tournament, and you can't ask for more than that.
No runs, no hits, a walk, and 4 strikeouts. And this is a handful of hours later after she threw a 2-hit shutout against North Texas. Now, if you're the Mean Green, you probably don't feel so bad now, do you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they didn't want to go out like that, but they played a great game, so I don't think they're hanging their heads too much. And FIU is one of the better hitting teams in our conference, so Jennings right now has to be on cloud 9.
Absolutely. An amazing performance in any game, regardless of your opponent, who you're playing, who you're dealing with, to do it on this tournament stage, and then to do it against a ball club like FIU.
Yeah,
was fantastic.
You love to see her teammates giving her all that support. They all knew what she did, and they all ran right up to her.
Absolutely. Maddie Morris is down on the field. She's going to chat with Jeff Breeden here when he walks over. Unbelievable outing, a no-hitter for Corey Jennings. She may just want to roll right into Game 3 against UAB. She doesn't want to go back to the hotel and relax.
Yeah, and she threw about as many pitches as Shannon Sale threw in just that one game in a combined 2.
72 pitches. Let's go down to the field now. Maddie Morris is standing by with Coach Jeff Breeden.
Coach, congratulations. A huge game out of Corey Jennings, a no-hitter. What do you have to say about her performance? I know she threw 90 pitches in the first game and then obviously today.
We've ridden on her for, the last 4 or 5 weeks. And, I don't know what to say about her other than she was just wonderful. I mean, she kept me off balance. No-hitter's huge. Just proud for her, proud for her kids.
Now, you guys came out swinging those bats crazy this game. It didn't even look like you had played another game today. How are you guys going to be able to keep this momentum going?
In between games, all my kids said was, and I didn't say it, they said it. They said if we can just be alive tomorrow, we're going to win this whole thing. So they don't care how many games we play.
Well, congrats, Coach. We will see you tomorrow. Back to you guys.
All right, thanks, Maddie. History here in Charlotte, North Carolina tonight at Doddridge Stadium as Corey Jennings throws the 3rd no-hitter in Conference USA tournament history as the Middle Tennessee Blue Raiders have topped FIU 4-0. They are fired up in shallow right field. That's going to do it for us here tonight. They move on to face UAB at 4:30 tomorrow. First game will be Louisiana Tech and FAU coming your way at 2 p.m. For Haley Wiseman, I'm Sean Fox saying so long from Doddridge Stadium here in Charlotte. What a way to end the night. Full day tomorrow starting at 2 p.m. Thanks for watching the 2018 Conference USA Softball Championships here on BN Sports.